And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, part with W Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. And hey, we are back once again on the caster's desk this time around. Sadly, no analyst desk. But hey, the analyst desk is not even required because you got your boy Aggressive, you got your other boy, the Universe, and we got you all covered, all with the spicy action here for the second fixture of today. So let's head on down over to the match fixtures one more time and see what teams are going to be facing off against one another this time around. Because personally, I honestly do believe that when we do consider what happened at the very beginning with Fortune off the side of Outset, it was an incredible showing here and there, but of course, Force One was going to be the one to take it all the way. And now, for this initial match here, Universe, I'm pretty excited because Team Valor going up against Cohesion. I don't know who's going to be winning this one out. I believe that Team Cohesion could just take down the Juggernauts who are making the big strides here.
I have a feeling, that this is going to be a very, very long, hard-fought firework battle where we got two teams who have had a very interesting season one. One team which almost qualified and one team which did. Valor, they have what it takes. They have the firepower. They've got the experience. And Cohesion, on the other hand, they've got the young blood, and they've got people who are getting experience, and they are, a team which can perform very well as a unit. But in the first few stages of this season, they've not had the start that they would have wanted. They got 2 points out of 3 losses, and they found their first win. But the one thing that I think that they need to do is get this win today if they really want to make a mark, because if not, it's just going to be further up and down in their journey, and mostly it's going to be down.
Yeah, that is for sure. But speaking of leaving a mark, let's see which players have left the biggest mark on this entire tournament as we head on down over towards the MVP standings here and see exactly which players are going to be the ones to move up and down possibly today. And SK, wow, this guy, even though his team is not having the best of games, like this guy in general, he's having an absolute field day. 5 MVPs with the 251 ACS, just inching behind the side of Paradox. This guy, he's on fire and he's ready to tear up this entire server going up against Seattle.
Yeah, SK Wow is honestly, a very important player for the side of Cohesion, and he's had a pretty great individual season, I would say, so far at least in the TEC Gauntlet. These are names that you would see and you would think about. You know what? These are names that you see in those teams which are just up and coming. They're trying to get up there, and honestly, you love to see their players make their way up on over to these kind of lists. Where they're the MVPs, they are the players who their team relies upon to get frags or to to make the difference happen. And SK was definitely one of them. And today, if he's going to be as explosive as he is with that race that we know, or the Reina, or even if he picks up that Jet, whatever it is that he goes for, he needs to make it work and he needs to make it sing. So we're going to have to wait and see whether he's going to get his orchestra out, whether he's going to orchestrate a win, or it's going to be a little bit of, cut up strings that do not give out the sound that Valor might be the culprit for. But we're gonna have to see whether or not SK Wow is gonna operate at his full best, which he did in the last match when they won 2-0. But today it's gonna be a whole different ball game.
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult one indeed. But at the same time, let's consider what's happening down over onto the group standings and see exactly what the teams are fighting for and who's going to be the one to move up or down depending on what happens here today. And honestly, Team Cohesion, they're in the best possible position to overthrow the side of global esports, ladies and gentlemen. Because you do need to remember what happened in the match of Team Valor versus Global Esports. It was actually Team Valor being the underdogs of this story, being able to take down the Titans known as Global Esports. And honestly, in this entire season here, Universe, I've seen a lot of the underdog teams just outperform all of the best teams of our region. And here is the chance for Team Cohesion to overthrow the team that actually took down Global and take that number 4 position for themselves. Will they be able to do it, though? Is going to be the real question here, Universe. And I'm going to pass the mic on to you and give me your thoughts. Will they be able to do it, or are they going to falter, like because of their consistency problems?
Cohesion. I honestly, I'm not quite sure if they're gonna be able to pull out the win. Yeah, you just look at the score. This is a score that I think it should be turned the other way around. They should be a team which has 3 wins, 1 loss, and be trying to compete for those contention. Even 2 wins, 2 losses, I would have accepted from the side of Team Cohesion. But they've had a very difficult 3 losses, which I think they could have won at least one out of those, but they dropped those points. And even though they've pulled out 2 points out of the 3 losses that they've got, it's for their caliber, it's just not enough. Team Valor, on the other hand, flawless. They've been amazing. They beat the Titans. They beat the finalists of the last season, and they have been on the best form possible right now. So it is gonna be for them to go on top of the table over here, and this is a very good time for them to do it as well. Aggressive, just because of the fact they'll be done with 4 matches, and they will have 3 left. And with those 3, with this win, they can almost confirm qualification yet again. Because Valor is just, I love this team, man. They're brilliant. And not to forget that, they've got one of the most experienced Sovas in their lineup as well, in the form of Hunter. And that guy, the last time he played on the server, he absolutely went riot against the side of Global Esports. So
Yep.
this is for Valor to show that they can compete against the very top, and Cohesion for them to try and see if they can somehow, bust out a team from the top 4 and make themselves over there. I still think that Valor will come out on top, but Cohesion, could give a fight that we might not expect.
Yeah, that is for sure. Team Cohesion, they could just go in for an engaging play, but at the same time, before you talk about this out of Team Cohesion, we got to talk about the teams that took out the Juggernauts, took out the Titan. Then it's going to be none other than side of Team Valor. So let's head on out over onto their team intro, ladies and gentlemen, and see exactly who's going to be playing from their side today on. And will it be another showcase too from the side of Buster? Because you do need to remember their star player is going to be, of course, Buster. He wasn't playing last time around. The fact is, he's playing this time in Team Cohesion. Yeah, they have to be worried because this is the Daya for the side of Team Valor, ladies and gentlemen, and he's looking to bust down some doors.
Oh yeah, Buster, Pasha, Sahel, Pixels, Bullet, all of these players are absolute, amazing players. It is just amazing how these guys just work around their team. They support each other. They've got everything that they need. Pixels as that controller player. We've got Hunter as the Sova, Buster who just absolutely, like his name, just busts in and gets into a side as the duelist, as the Raze, and he just busts open heads, everything that he does. And not to forget Strokey, who pulls it all together, whenever he's on the server. And it is very interesting to see how exactly this lineup is going to be performing today, because I know that this is a team that can and will be a very, very huge future contender for many tournaments. They're going to be fighting off against the likes of Force One, Godlike, who are uh, trailing on from the likes of Velocity and Global, who just seem like they're a level apart. But these guys have made up the gap. They've made up the gap between themselves and, I would say, the level of Force One and Godlike. They are seen as dominant teams, but they have a hard time when it comes to facing off Velocity and Global. But Valor, they've edged that gap between themselves and Force One and Godlike, I believe. If not completely, I think they're just 1, maybe 2 steps away at the most. And another team that could potentially represent the at the biggest stage possible.
Yeah, that is for sure. Team Valor, they have that potency, they have that capabilities, but at the same time, I believe that one player is going to be shining a little bit more brighter than the rest. So let's head on down over onto the player spotlight for the side of Team Valor, presented by none other than AMD Ryzen Radiant, ladies and gentlemen. And it is going to be our boy, Bullet, going on down Armstrong on that Brimstone. ETN 94 on a controller. I would say that this is actually a pretty good score, especially when you consider the raw fragging power.
That is true. Bullet, just like his name, loves to put a bullet in the opponent's head. And he, as that controller role, the secondary controller, he plays along with that Viper of Pixel whenever the map depends on it, whichever it is. Bullet has been a very, very consistent player for the side of Valor. The one thing that I do want to point out is this guy is very versatile. I think we've seen him play the duelist role as well. I've seen him play the Reyna sometimes. I've seen this guy play the controller role multiple times. He can shift in and out of an initiator role if needed, and he pretty much about does everything and anything. And to have such a versatile player like this on your team is nothing short of a boon. And I'm pretty sure that today, if he does the best of his abilities, then Valor are going to be up and above the moon.
And that's for sure. He's just an incredible player entirely. As soon as he steps foot on that server, he's gonna tear people down limb for limb. That's exactly what he does all the time. But at the same time, we're giving a lot of spotlight down for the side of Team Valor. We can't forget about Cohesion, who could just be the rising underdogs here and the dark horses for this entire thing. So let's head on down over onto their team intro as we roll it up right here and right now, ladies and gentlemen. And Team Cohesion, considering this team in general, I believe that they have a lot of potency, but at the same time, I feel as though like the fact is they have so many consistency issues that I don't know if they're going to be able to take it here. What are your thoughts?
Consistency issues, yes, for sure. I think this season more so than the last one. They really need to step it up. They really, are a team who can potentially become, the I would say, like you said, the dark horses, but a dark horse which actually, is a constant reminder of the fact that these people, if taken easily, can take you down. They have their ups and downs, yeah, for sure, but when they have their ups, they need to learn to how to keep themselves there at least for some period of time, if not for a long period, for as long as possible. That's the thing, that's the goal though. But right now they really need to try and work around their mistakes of what they commit as a team, for say giving away 1v1 fights which they can potentially lose, peeking out at the wrong angle, pushing through smokes, which you've seen them do, multiple things that we've seen them do, small tiny little faults here and there, which I think is something that you will learn only when you commit those mistakes. You will learn to do those, and this is a team that's very experienced, honestly, in the FPS genre. They know what they're doing, but they just need to I would say mold the clay a little bit more better than what it's already looking like, because they've got their hands on the clay, they're making a pot out of it. It's just a little misshaped, I feel. They just need to a small little curve here, a little bit of a bump there, and they're just gonna be fine after that. After that it's just smooth sailing. But right now, they need to get rid of any sort of bumps that they might find. And one of the biggest bumps that I think is gonna be in their line is this team Valor, who is very very strong right now. They've gone completely unbeaten. They beat Global Esports, so that puts out a statement as well. And Cohesion, they need to pull up their pants and tie the knots right up so tight that they will not let Valor even reach any point of inside their pants, because if they do, then there's going to be a lot of biting going on, because Valor is like kind of that, those red ants, which if they get in to places where can damage you the most, you're not going to find them again. They're just going to keep damaging you.
Oh my god, this reminded me of something from Phineas and Ferb where it was a squirrels in my pants song.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh god, why am I getting like thoughts about that? But Universe a little bit too graphic, but at the same time, we need to see the graphic plays being made by from the side of Team Cohesion's star player. So let's head on down over for the player spotlight from there and powered by AMD Ryzen Radeon. I'm still thinking about them being red ants, man. You take this one away and talk about Nine Sarah
Hey,
because my
I
brain is trying to process what just happened here.
Okay, see, Nike definitely a player who has the potential to make it really good as a sentinel. We've seen him play multiple roles. He's played Cypher, he's played Killjoy, he's worked around the controller role sometimes as well, in case Omkar is feeling up to doing something different. But whenever it is Nike, he's he's a person who for sure can make the difference. But sometimes I feel like he's over relied upon. Like sometimes whenever if you see in the map of Bind, if we are going to be seeing it today, I think you might notice what we're saying. Sometimes they just leave him alone on that B side, and even though he can hold it off for as long as he can, it gets a little too overwhelming for him if there's a huge push coming in. And Nike, he can absorb the pressure, but I think the man needs a little bit of a push, because you can see in his stats that he, even as a duelist, sorry, even as a sentinel, he's fragging as much as he can. 123, 156 as a sentinel is not at all a bad score. He's just doing his job of holding down the side as good as he can. But Nike I'm pretty sure with a team support in a game which is meant to be about a team, this guy can definitely work wonders. And talking about what I meant as the red ants is, first of all, hey, they are fiery, they are dangerous, and that's exactly what I see Valor to be. I mean, you if an ant gets into your ear, what are you gonna do, man? The smallest little thing on probably planet Earth is gonna get into your ear and cause damage to one of the biggest mammals there is. So no matter what the size is, it doesn't really matter. You're always gonna cause damage if you have got the firepower.
Yeah, that's why I need to respect even the smallest of foes and even the smallest of creatures, ladies and gentlemen, because they could be the ones that could end you in a matter of seconds if you're not careful. And that's why the side of Team Valor, they need to be very, very, very careful. Otherwise, things could just go horribly wrong for them. But at the same time, do need to talk a little bit more about the battlegrounds here and see exactly where these two teams are going to be headed on forward to. So let's head on down over to the map viewer screen and see exactly what the maps have been picked up by these squads moving on down the line, because I believe that the map of Ascent is going to be an interesting one, because Team Cohesion, they have showed that they have a couple of different types of spicy strategies that they're trying to go in for on this map in particular. And when you consider that they still play the Omen, I believe that though their dynamic nature could just throw the side of Team Valor through a loop.
Yeah, this map pick is I mean, I would say this is pretty much very standard. Ascent, Bind, Split. Split being the third, which we don't know if we're going to play. But Ascent and Bind, pretty much very standard maps. Valor and Cohesion do not want to go off the mark. But Valor, we know why they chose Bind. This is exactly where they beat Global Esports, one of the connoisseurs of the Bind as well, themselves. And if they're good enough to beat Global there, they're pretty much good enough to beat anybody. Cohesion, they've chosen for the basic map that is Ascent. Everybody's comfortable with it. Everybody's going to be okay with what they've chosen. Valor are going to have no problems whatsoever. But what I'm concerned about is, if Valor pick up Ascent, then I think this is going to go 2-0 to Valor. But if Cohesion pick up Ascent, then I think Valor will win this 2-1 going to Split. Split might be a little bit of a nail biter, I feel. But still in the favor, I think it's going to be Cohesion who are going to be biting their nails in Split, not Valor. But if Valor somehow pick up map number 1, then this is going to end 2-0 is what I feel like.
Yeah. That's where the real fun is about to start, I do believe. If it goes out to Split, though, you know what's going to happen, because when you consider the potency of both of these teams on Split, it's very iffy. It's extremely iffy. I don't know which team is going to take Split, because consider something. Statistically, both of them don't really have a lot of a bit of a track record of Split in particular, because that map relies a lot more on having a solid plan and a very, very, very solid execution. If the execution goes haywire for even a little bit, for even a second, there is nothing that you can do. You're just going to die out. And that's why Split is one of the more hated maps, I would say, by a lot of those teams, because the execution is just so crucial. So moving on down the line here, we are going to be seeing that map be a little bit of a dark horse, to say the very least. But map number 1 and map number 2, in my personal opinion, could be a lot more different and could be a lot more systematic, especially the map of Bind. Because Bind is where I know for a fact that even Team Cohesion, they have a lot of potency under. They can pull off a lot of incredible plays, sometimes going in for a lot of those different engagements, and things could just be a little bit more of not a one-sided affair for the side of Team Valor. I think they need to work a lot more harder on the map of Bind as well. But if they're able to take away Cohesion's as map pick, I believe that it's going to be an easy win for the side of Team Valor, primarily because of one thing for universe. Consider something. Team Valor is one of those teams that really does not rely on momentum. They don't need momentum. They can always collect themselves. But think about Cohesion. Cohesion, they're a team that they're still trying to work out the kinks. They're still kind of new. Yes, they have a lot of experience from playing other FPS games, but in Valorant, the main thing about this game is when you have the momentum, you're going to be able to carry it forward through multiple different maps and also keep the ball rolling in your favor if you're able to win out on a couple of consecutive rounds. Let's say they lost out on map number 1. That's going to be a massive blow to their confidence, and that I think is going to carry forward over onto map number 2. So if Team Valor are able to take away map number 1, this is going to be an easy, smooth sailing for Valor. But if they're not able to, Team Cohesion could just take them down and also possibly take away map number 2, which could go into an overtime. That's my personal opinion, anyways, and I think that it could happen. What about you?
Yeah, I said it earlier. It's pretty much the same. If Valor pick up map one, this is their game for the taking. If Cohesion pick up map one, then I would still say Valor take this, but a little bit of a, you know, maybe a cheesy affair. I would say, sticky cheese affair on the set on
String
split.
cheese.
Yeah, yeah. But right now we're gonna see what cheese is gonna be made from both of these teams in terms of agent selection, because everybody needs to pick their cheese: blue cheese, French cheese,
Blue
whatever cheese
cheese.
it is. Blue cheese. I don't. Cheese.
I love blue cheese, dude.
It's a little stinky, but agent selection is up, and let's see what they're gonna be brewing in over here. Pasha Sahil is locked in with the Jet as usual. Pixel's going for his Astra, and the opposing side is gonna have an Omen. So that is a controller diff coming in right there. A little bit of a difference. I don't know who's on the diff though. Is it gonna be Pixels or Clouda is a question, but there is
Wait.
definitely a lot of controller differences was what I mean. That's going to be coming in. Nixera, the usual, going for the Killjoy. Buster, okay, he's going to choose a duelist, but not sure what it is. Oh, it's going to be Reina. Okay, no raise, but and looks like fired up and SKY might go for the same combination. Kone's gone for the Sova, which I think Hunter will be going, and it's the same lineup except for, like I said, the controller diff.
Now,
Select
who's
your
gonna be
agent.
diffing who is gonna be the real question. We're gonna see that in the server soon enough. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. I'm that type of person that still like hardcore believes that either you go for a race, which I don't really prefer on the map of the set, or you go in for the Phoenix. Yes, the Reyna's really good. Like I will honestly say that the Reyna is incredible if you're able to get a lot of value out for your abilities, and also if you're able to go in for a lot of those skills. But it's really difficult to say the very least to get a lot of value out of that Reyna. It's gonna be hard, but I guess it could just work on out. But as we are going to be heading on down over into the game, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to scan the QR code that you just saw right then and there. Get yourself a can of Red Bull, get yourself energized, because this match requires a lot of energy for us to cast as well. So we're going to get energized as well soon enough. But the thing is, consider this match and consider the lineups that they're using. It's literally the exact same. The primary difference between these two is that controller. So if a lot of beautiful Astra plays are being made, it can work out. So let's head on down over onto the game. The players are ready, the map is ready, and the timer is going to be going on down already. So what can we expect here, Universe? Clouda, he has a lot more of that comfort pick, picking up that Omen, not really a lot of utility. But on the other side, we see Team Valor's Pixels having a lot of utility that he can just dump down and completely destroy his opposition if he's able to use it properly. That's why Astra is much less picked up by a lot of these unexperienced teams. And I believe that the experience levels from the side of Team Cohesion could just be the limiting factor that takes them down.
I might have to just agree with you there. And now that the pistol round is going to be coming up in just a bit, we're going to have to think about what exactly Valor are going to be doing over here. They do have the defensive setups, which are, somewhat of their own kind. Bullet is the one who's going to be doing it on the B side, while they've got the two duelists and the Astra towards A to try and cast him off guard with the gravity pulls and pixels. It looks like he wants to do it. He places a star towards B main and now towards A main as well. And they are going to be attacking A main of Valor. An aggressive A main stance where they've got all 5 players of Cohesion lined up. And they're waiting on the other end of that smoke. Pasha Sahil gonna be the first point of contact any second now. The drone spots him out, tags him down as well. They come flying in, and look at this. There's 5 players of Cohesion gonna be running up over here aggressive. Getting a little worried for Valor, but if they get the first kill, I think it might just go their way.
Yeah, this could just work out in their favor, or it could just go horribly wrong as well if they're not careful. Buster goes in for the first shot straight to the face. Pasha's gonna be good for one other one as well. Pasha with a double kill. He's gonna be able to set up everything. Pasha could just be good for another one. Buster takes down SK. Wow! The last person remaining is gonna be fired up. One on his left, one on his right. He has nowhere to run and he has nowhere to hide. Bullet spots him out and shoves a couple of bullets into his skull and also his body at the same time. 1-0 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Team Valor. And a very beautiful round from them as well.
Ooh, That was a very, very well executed pistol round from Valor. Honestly, I love to see that. It was just perfect. They held it on so well. The three players over there, the Reina, the Jet, and the Astra. Perfect combination, I would say. Busted and Pasha, both of them got 2 kills each, and that's all they needed. And now, moving up ahead, round number 2 in their hands should be at least, given that they are state of weapons. Oh, bullet. Bullet. You might want to check this right corner, my friend. Oh, he's gonna be. Oh, Cloud. Perfect timing, honestly. He knew that he was gonna get detected and he just came flying out. And now he has a Vandal in his hands, and this could be dangerous aggressive.
This could be dangerous, or this could just be the play that they needed to bring everything back on their side. Will they be able to do it though? They're just not gonna be able to find it, not just yet, because Pasha, he has the phone number fired up, calls him up, and takes it back home. Cloud is gonna be good for another kill though. Beautiful crosser placement coming on down from him. He's gonna be able to take down one, but Hunter is still alive. He's still kicking. The old dog knows exactly what they're spending, knows exactly what to do. Hunter hunting the hunted this time. And with that, he is going to be able to take down Cloud and get the second round on the board for the side of Team Valor. But that round was a little too close, I would say. Cloud getting that kill down on towards the side of Bullet nearly just hit the tables in the favor of the side of Team Cohesion.
Yes, sure. Valor, they have got the advantage in Cohesion now. They need to be Valor need to be preparing for this full buy, because they've got Vandals across the board, and that could be a little dangerous with the one taps. And there it is. Pasha actually eats a bullet, but he survives it somehow. I don't know why he did not take out more of his health, but he's down to 60 HP. He's gonna be okay with that. No heals whatsoever though. That shot that from Hunter is not gonna hurt anybody, but guess who might hurt somebody? Buster crawled up across that smoke. He might just find a player off guard over here. They're not looking. They're not covering. Oh, the Sova. He could be in big trouble if Buster just pops out. He sees the spike as well. Cone.
He's going to take it.
Careful.
Cone's gone.
Almost, I would believe. Cone. He's looking in the right direction. He runs away. That's all he needs. Oh, Nightzera almost found the kill. Sees the flash come in. Cloud actually gets the first kill though. And he's going to be taking down Pix, the second kill actually. And now Hunter, he finds one. He's just so very good. And he's going to try to get that shock dart in. Does not hurt anybody. But that recon is going to spot out one person. They could have spammed him, but they're waiting to jump in all together at him. He's gone into heaven. But it doesn't even matter. Buster just busts his head wide open, picks up the Vandal, and Cloud's not even going to be allowed to look at that. And he's just, okay, that's an unfortunate teleport.
Yeah, it happens the best of us from time to time, Cloud. Don't worry about it. Omen's teleport is a little bit glitchy from time to time. You expect to teleport across, but that just did not happen. It's completely fine with that. You don't worry about that. With that, that's going to be another round going in the favor of the side of Team Valor. And this buy round being a big loss for them could just be a massive issue moving on down the line. But I believe that they're going to be able to come on back with that, to say the very least. So let's see how these teams are going to be going up against each other this time around, because with this eco round going on down through, they need to try and maybe deal as much damage as they possibly can. Maybe get at the bare minimum of 3 kills, because consider the economy on the other side of Team Valor. They have so much money, and yeah, the money's just adding. Pasha's Isle gets another kill down on the fire up. And with that, it's time to head on back off, or try and go in for an aggressive peek. And so,
there are 3 players of Cohesion into mid, and they could probably find an opening. If at all SKWow pops ahead over here, might just be Bullet, but no, Bullet's gonna put his bullet into the head of SKWow. Hunter puts his into Cone, and it is going to be the side of Valor.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, Bullet.
These
One
guys.
Tap, crisp, clean headshot.
This being lost.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't eco, so I didn't really expect. I mean, I don't think anybody expected anything from Cohesion in that round, but they has slipped a bit early on in this game, Aggressive. Do you think that might cause a little bit of problem? Because if they lose this round, it's gonna cost them another one, and that might just become 6-0. And I don't think that Cohesion want to be on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, if they can't really get their mojo back, I don't know how they're gonna be trying to go in for this engagement. Like, they're making so many of the mistakes that you expect them not to make here that I don't know how I feel about this, but at the same time, Pasha, you didn't expect fired up to go in for the kill. Oh, Pixels! What did you shoot? Did you
Get
see
out
this
of here.
king?
Beautiful play. Pixels, honestly, I loved it.
Pixels, like his name just says it all. He just gets those pixel perfect shots. Like this guy is just on another.
Absolutely beautiful. Pixels. He went ahead for the operator. I thought it was going to be a bad idea, but clearly it was a good idea in his head, and it was a good idea in execution as well. And now Buster trying to get some attention towards him as he's told that he is over here towards the B side. Hunter rotating as well. He should be expecting a player on towards mid. Wow, looking the right direction. He's got two players over there. Spots out one. Somehow is alive still. Buster, he needs to get this kill. Spotted out, Wow just has to eat the bullet from Buster. He eats it. Hunter from the backstab. And now the market player Clouda has been left completely bewildered about what exactly is going to be happening further on in this round. Because he was in a good position to hold off the rotations. But Hunter, he chose to ignore him. He knew that somebody might be towards mid, and he just went straight to help out his teammates towards the B main. A good decision, and that's what comes with experience indeed. You can look at him, and you can know that he has got that big brain play as always. Hunter, just on the top of the leaderboard casually, as if, you know, he's just having another stroll in the park aggressive. And VALOR are definitely enjoying. Yeah, 0 deaths. Okay, now you've cost it. Now you've gone ahead and done it. I was not going to say that, but now you've gone ahead and done it. Now Hunter's going to die. Why would you do that aggressive?
Let's see if he dies or not, because you're the one who now said that he's going to die. I don't think that's going to happen, not just yet, because he's got his buddy Pasha to back him up almost in every single situation. Talkers are going to be waiting on end. Pasha misses the first initial shot,
okay,
but he's not going to miss the second. Pasha Sahil coming in strong, coming in hot, being able to take down SK. Wow. And I believe that the Reyna is just having a pretty rough time indeed. This is what I was talking about initially here, Universe. Like, if you're not able to get a lot of shots...
See, I told you!
No. Nightzera just hit the luckiest shot of his entire life. Oh my god, Code gets another beautiful one. What is happening here? One by one, they're just dying out. Even though Pasha got like 2 incredible operator shots.
Yeah, I told you though.
Yes. I'm sorry.
You cussed, Hunter. Hunter died because of you. And now you're gonna have to pay the price for it.
Okay, what was that voice from? I really don't know. What was that voice?
I tried to be a a curseful wizard, you know?
Yeah, curseful witch. Or like
yo, wizard. I'm not a witch, I'm a wizard, man. Right now, the wizard is Pixels. His wand seems to be working, and in the hands of an Oni Phantom nonetheless. And Pasha Sahil is gonna just need one peek from Nightzera to completely delete him. And it is another round. What we thought VALOR was just gonna give away to the side of Cohesion has been pulled back, and 6-0 aggressive. And Hunter has died because of you, and he's never gonna forgive you for that.
Hey, it's not my fault here. Like, Nightzera just hit a really nutty shot. Like, sometimes you just gotta give it to your opposition if they can hit a jiggle shot like that. But at the same time, Nightzera really nicely done from his side. 6-0 on the scorecards, and honestly, Pasha, what is up with this guy and his operator today? He's like hitting quick scopes like it's nobody's business. This is not another day at the office. This is probably the best day he's having when it comes down to his operator plays. But with 5 seconds left on the clock, Buster... yeah, he's going in for this push, but I'm kind of scared. This guy could just get destroyed in a matter of seconds if he's not careful. The drone's gonna be coming on in. That's his bottom though, and this is actually gonna work out in his favor. This probably don't know that Buster's sitting here. If Buster can play his cards properly, he can easily take down 2 people. If he does play it properly though, it all does depend on that. He heard the footsteps, he knows exactly where they are, and I don't think that Team Cohesion, they know. Beautiful base coming on down through from Pixels. He gets 1 kill. He's looking for a couple more. He's gonna be able to take down another one. Pixels going for that backup. How much your money? He's gonna be able to get it. With the Pixels, Buster and Hunter just clean up towards the side of A main. 7-0 on the scorecards for the side of Team VALOR, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. That's how you finish up a game in a very beautiful fashion.
Wow, I mean, that's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from the side of VALOR. What a hold towards that A main, man. I mean, you know, I just want to point out one small thing over here. You know, the point of Pixels over there was so important. That smoke which he himself put, which not just was to give them a one-way smoke. I think it was also to cover off that drone from seeing anything until the point Buster, you know, climbed into that small little spot over there in the Vine's position and just let his teammate just, crawl into that position without having to give away his position. That smoke is that perfect. It helps out for two different reasons, and they exactly predicted this move from the side of Cohesion, that the aim is going to be hit and they're going to be holding it out. And now I want to give a title out over here to Pixels. In the game of chess, I don't really like. I mean, they're common words, right? But I like the way it's called in Hindi. The position of Wazir.
See it?
Yeah, Wazir. I think it's a bishop. I think it's called the bishop. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but I love the word Wazir just because of how mysterious it is. And I think Pixels is that mysterious guy. He's the one who operates from the dark. He's the one who operates from the light as well. But he's always behind. He takes care of things. Like, he's like the puppet master. And he's the one that nobody ever notices, but he's the one who's creating the play. And I love that.
Oh, no.
But right now, Hunter, he's going to give me some of the action that I love. And that's some Odin goes burr. And he's going to get a kill from that. And I have had my fill of entertainment for the evening.
Hold on a minute, Sarah. Hold it for a second. Did you just get a beautiful one tapped out on towards one of the players? He's looking for another one. He's gonna be able to take out Hunter. He's gonna be able to take out another one. But instead, it's gonna be Philip with the run and gun coming on down to with and Vandal being able to take down Sarah. But Buster just chimes on in to get the final kill with the double peak. Beautifully done. But at the same time, Sarah. What were those two shots? We gotta check it out once again on the match highlights. Like what?
What was that round? What the hell? I mean, Zera with beautiful shots, two beautiful shots, and then comes a run and gun, and an Odin kill. That rounded everything. I've had my fill of the evening. Thank you very much, VALOR and Cohesion.
Yep. Those are the plays you really want to see, and those are the plays that we are going to be getting here, ladies and gentlemen. Team VALOR and Team Cohesion, they're going up against each other really beautifully, but at the same time, you would expect just a little bit more coming out from them, maybe. But it's just not happening. It feels as the Team Cohesion, they're getting shut down before they can even take a breath to it.
Yeah, that aim and hold was an example, a prime example. Not like the prime Vandal that SK was holding, which is not actually singing to his tunes today. He's having a tough time. And now that they're taking a different approach to come in towards a shot, Pixels, he's alone over here, but he's closed the door and now he's gonna get caught off guard as well. They know exactly where he is, but it doesn't even matter. It's gonna be Pixels. Gets one, looking for another. He's actually gonna find it. How the hell is this man alive? Clouda takes down Bullet, but Pixels gets a 3 kill. Somebody get this man out of the server, man. He is so bloody good.
I'm out of here. Oh my god.
Okay, get out of here. Yeah, no, I'm done. Okay, Pixels, please. No, stop. I know I gave the title of Wazir, but that doesn't give you, a promotion to Queen, my friend. You don't get to move around like that. You don't get to kill as many people as you want to. That's just not possible. With 22 HP of all things as well. Cohesion, how can you let this happen? This is not supposed to be happening. How in the world is this happening, man?
In chess, the most powerful piece on the board is actually the pawn. And I think that Pixels is probably that pawn that went over to the enemy territory and is now getting promoted to pretty much everything. He can be a bishop, he can be a queen, he can be a knight. Doesn't really matter. He is everything in this entire game. And Team VALOR, they're using him to the best of his ability. Doesn't matter what happens. That's the power of Pixels, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be able to perform to the best of his abilities, and he's going to be that deadly assassin that takes out all the members of the side of Team Cohesion. But now, on this 9-0 scoreline, Pasha's going to be good for one. He takes the trade-off, but will he be able to get another one down onto the side of SK? Wow, one more bullet left on his arsenal. He doesn't have a lot to work with. He needs to be a lot more quicker, and he needs to be very fast to try and make this one happen. It is going to be a 4 versus 4 situation. The gun's not in the favor of the side of Team Cohesion. Are they going to be able to pull this off, though? It's going to be the real question.
Definitely is a question. Cone is already taken on Hunter, so that's one very big threat eliminated. But Pasha Sahel still rocking around. He spotted the head of SK Wow and he wants that kill. He wants to be the Grim Reaper himself. And he has the perfect weapon to do that. And here comes the defender skills, right? The spike hasn't been planted yet. Now it's going to be planted over here. SK Wow finds the perfect timing. Here's Pasha Sahel running in and going to be taking him down. And now Cohesion have a chance to win this aggressive. A round might just come in their way unless Bullet has something to say about it. Finds one kill, looking for the second, but it's not going to work out. He's got two players in his sights, and both of them are just too quick to not let him get any more kills. And as a result, it is finally going to be number 1 round on for Cohesion. Aggressive. I mean, it was very hard fought until the end, and they somehow managed to get it. But do you still think that it's gonna be easy for them? Because Valor, I don't think they're gonna deter by any means, even if they've lost that round.
Yeah, honestly, when you consider all the plays that they're making, things are just, I don't know, like the way this is happening. Pixels just gets another kill on towards the side of A main. What is exactly happening here? They're just running them all down, but SK while finally getting this kill down on the Pasha. Cloud is gonna get a sneaky kill on towards the side of Bullet, and finally things are looking up for their side once again. If they're able to take this down to a 9-3, I think that this momentum shift is what they need to try and bring everything back onto their sideline. But still, the old dog, he's still alive. He's holding it down strongly on towards that B side.
Come on.
With this Odin. He's gonna be going first. Takes down more, but he does not take down more than that. But he does deal a lot of damage, to say at the very least, on towards the side of Fired Up. So, Fired Up, he only has a tiny little bit of HP to work with, and Buster and Pixels, they're gonna be going in for the retake situation. So,
How amazing would it have been to see, a 3-man Odin spray down?
it would have been pretty nuts.
Yeah, it would have been pretty nuts. But right now, they have a Cosmic Divide available. Valor, Pixels, he might want to use it. I'm not quite sure though. If they get one kill, they might commit. Okay, there it is. They're gonna. No. Oh, wait. He's thinking, contemplating, and committing. There it is. They're going in for this. Buster. He needs to be the first one to get a kill. He finds a hit, but gets his hit taken off instead as well by the player behind. Now, Pixels needs to go in for this. The plant is the spike is planted. It's a very bad position for him to put down that Cosmic Divide. Unfortunately, I don't think he knew where exactly the spike was planted, and he has to give it away. Oh boy, okay. Valor, they gave away another round, but I think they're gonna be okay. Now this is the last round. They still have money to buy in. All of their players are just gonna have enough because of the 9 rounds that they won, and so do actually the side of Cohesion. They're gonna have money, they're gonna have weapons. It is the last round. They're gonna get everything they can. They're gonna invest into this. Buy up pistols, buy up whatever you want to. But this is a round that you will desperately need, Cohesion, because if you want to give a competition to Valor, you need that 3rd round, because that's the max that you're gonna get out of this first half.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult one indeed. If they're able to play their cards globally and they're able to go in for these engagements like they have been doing, just work out. But they need to be very careful because the Odin is going burr on towards the side of mid this time around, with all the members of the side of Cohesion walking up towards that aim short area. Buster's not going to get that first initial kill. They're just not going to be looking on up. Pasha's going to be able to dash himself back out of that sticky situation. He's just able to get one kill, and things are just going to be a little bit better. But the Odin down to
Okay.
that's the leg of SK Wow. He just wants to make this push happen. Maybe he's gonna be able to get this kill as well, but SK Wow, he's just not gonna be opting to go in for that speed. But he doesn't know. Nightsera, he's just holding it down towards the side of A short. He doesn't know what angle to check, and Nightsera, perfect shot coming on down from him. His patience pays off, and now Bullet once again stuck in the most impossible situation that he can't even be in. And Nightsera, he has all the advantages. He doesn't need to worry about anything. Got the advantage, got the position, and he's able to get the attention as well. Cloud chimes on down through with the final kill, and finally, the mojo is back for the side of Team Cohesion, and they're able to, collect themselves a little bit more. 9-3 on the scorecards, end of the first half. It's not the best of scorelines, but this is known as the comeback scoreline for a reason.
Yeah, it is the Cosset scoreline. And it is one that I think Valor should not be believing in and should not even be thinking about it. They should straight up be thinking about the pistol run and how to win this, because I'm pretty sure that anybody and everybody who's played Valorant at this point knows about the 9-3 curse.
Yeah, the comeback scoreline for a reason.
Yeah, the comeback scoreline indeed. Cohesion, I hope that they are believing in it. And I really hope that Valor aren't even thinking about it, because that's how I would want it to be. A huge fight indeed, what we would love to see. And Valor, now, they are going to be having to wait, and they are going to have to see if or not there's going to be a push coming from Cohesion. There was one. It was from Fired Up, who has to be going back, and SK was also towards that mid position, so they are doing a little bit of damaging work over here, Cohesion, by getting a little aggressive, but they are getting a little aggressive, aren't they?
Yes. Truly, the amount of times that person has made a joke about my name and being aggressive, I have lost count. But at the same time, I believe that Pasha, he spots on the first initial player, goes in for a couple of pop shots of his own fire ups, and people get that kill down on Buster shut it down almost immediately. A couple of shots being taken.
Oh no!
You don't want to go in for stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's just one out. And with that, Nightzera gets dropped as well because of bullet. And with that, yeah, I guess at this point, it's just Clouda and Clone, but how are they gonna go up against 4 players? It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. He's gonna jump right up in front of his face, and Cone left all alone. Gonna try to find some kills, but what he might. Oh, okay, he does find one Cone, and that is Pixels. But I don't think he's gonna get the sun. And you know, I have a small little. Okay, Cone.
Okay.
Hello.
Silent assassin in the background. Okay.
Okay, I'll let you have that, Cone. That was a little cheeky, and that was very interesting. Showboat indeed. But the one thing I do want to point out, I mean, you know, Aggressive, I think you would agree to me on this. When you're inside a smoke, right, and you're just one player, and you know that there's another team on the other side, when you shoot 1, you should be expecting 5 on your side, right?
Yep.
Because you don't know what's going to be on the side of things, and that was one thing I think Fired Up should have been expecting. Like you said, that's not exactly what you go for. And you know, I love it when when you're sitting in the smoke and then you turn up and then you have those 5. You imagine you've seen those memes. You got 5 players sitting on the other side waiting for you.
Or
and then you have that music. Pap, 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 pap.
Oh
and
no!
like, oh no, you're dead. And then they're all dead.
I think Universe woke up on the right side of the bed today, ladies and gentlemen. And so did the side of Team Valor, because one by one, they're just able to tear up their opposition piece by piece, and they're not showing any form of mercy. Them being able to take them out once again, yes, this is an eco, but sometimes in these ecos, things need to just work out a little bit better!
Stay down.
Bullet. He just tried to walk up and Fired Up just blasts him in the face. But at the same time, Fired Up really didn't get a good weapon. He just has a ghost in his hand. Maybe he could get a kill with it, but at the same time, he's not going to be able to plus this one. I don't think so.
How satisfying is a shorty kill, Aggressive?
It's very satisfying if I'm playing a Euro though, because imagine this. I have my ultimate in my hand. I pull off my mask, and I'm literally just bunny hopping around the guy. And as soon as he starts shooting, I put on my mask. I do like a drive-by around him, and I go around him over and over again, causing him to do 180s. My teammate comes in, shoots him once. I cancel my ultimate, and then I shoot the guy in the face with my shorty. And then I teabag on him constantly and shout, "You're outplaced, baby." That's probably the best thing that you'll ever have. That is the most satisfying shorty kill, and I don't care what you say.
Ladies and gentlemen, shorty lesson by Aggressive. Keep in mind. Right?
Yes, that's how you...
Go ahead and keep repeating that. Go on replay. On the seek of our stream right back and watch him say it again. But Fired Up right now, though, has turned back time and he's taken 2 players with him.
What? He got a multi-kill on towards... What?
I don't know, but whatever he did, it was just absolutely brilliant. Hunter looking at his dead teammate for some reason. Okay, yeah, I think he wants to pick up that Spectre. He can absolutely. Wait, no. What? Okay, what was he looking at his teammate for? Fired Up though. He's looking the right direction. Bullet. Yeah, Bullet. Okay. Bullet crawled by him, and it looks like Hunter was probably grieving for his teammate, as I've heard from one of our production heads. And Valor, they are now having 3 players alive against the 5 of Cohesion, and it looks like it might just become 2. Given that fight, oh no, Bullet! He expected that. I do not believe that, but he got that kill, and Pixels found another one as well, and now it's a 3v3, and it's just falling apart, and Valor, they're gonna get the plant. Okay, that although that nano swarm missed, it still doesn't matter because here comes the Cosmic Divide, and the retake is in place, Aggressive, and I'm not quite sure how they're gonna win this. Hunter.
Its nose is just peeking straight through the wall. But it's completely fine. Bullet's gonna be good for 1. He's gonna be able to take that one out. Hunter gets another kill with that Ares in his hand on towards the side of SK. Wow. But Cole, he could just be the one to maybe get out a couple.
Oh, wow.
But
alright.
insult to injury, man. It's gonna be another one. And hey, I think that Pixels got that call from Hunter being like, take out this turret for me, man. This turret was annoying me and the nose should not have been pointing out of that astral wall. What are you doing, Pixels? Imagine if that turret was still alive, that would have caught.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I love watching Hunter play Ares, Odin. He plays the weapons that I honestly would love to play in a, one of, either Spike Rush or, honestly, you know what? I warm up every day when I play Valorant with an Ares in deathmatch. That's how I think Hunter knows my, strategy, and that's exactly why he's going for it as well.
I don't think you should have told everyone
Great
that,
minds
but
think alike. Hey, come on, it's not that bad.
I gotta disagree with you there.
Oh, there it is, there it is. Oh, almost.
But that's not Hunter, but that's Cold, but sure.
Oh, you know what, man? I love Hunter.
But this is Cold. Cold's going in for playoffs. Oh no, Pixel's going in for a little bit more of a play of his own. Oh, Pixels?
Okay,
11 HP?
hello?
Hello? Did you enter Queen mode again? Did you go into your enemy territory and did you get promoted to a Queen?
Okay, Wazir, give me a little more, but it's gonna be Buster and just
Attackers win.
It's over.
Okay, just like that.
Alarm bot out.
Okay then, Valor. Indeed a brilliant performance, and that was just amazing. Wow, what a play, what a team, what a game. Valor absolutely destroyed the side of Cohesion in every bit of tracks and ways. Whatever they went on, it was just cut short. It's like, it's like they were trying to build the road with tar. They're trying to build the road with tar, but then even before they could lay the stones, those gray color shiny stones, the normal stones that we see, even before they could lay those stones, Valor just came and they're like, yeah, no, here's some lava. You're gonna have nothing over it. You're gonna walk over fire and you're gonna burn to a crisp because the 13 to 3 scoreline that we just served you, and they're just gonna say, you just got served.
Yeah. When you consider all the plays that happened here, like it was an absolutely incredible showing and a lot of individual skill performance coming on down through from the side of Pixels. But there's a lot more to break down on the whole overarching story here. So let's head on down over towards the match highlights to see exactly what happened here from a bird's eye view, to say the very least. Because I don't know. It's just like a story where you would expect the side of Team Cohesion to be able to perform really well, but it feels like they were just not on the same page. They were trying to go in for a couple of executions. They had a set game plan in their head, but that game plan was just a little bit too basic. Wouldn't you say so here, Universe? Because like it was way too basic to be true. I expected them to go in for a lot more of those aggressive plays. I wanted them to try and take mid control. After taking mid control and maybe shifting themselves on towards from the side of spawn on towards a heaven, or maybe going in for that push on towards the side of A main, a little bit more delayed after taking proper control over towards the side of A short. I didn't really see a lot of diversity. It was too one-dimensional, and I think that one-dimensional play style from them was just so easily read by a much more experienced team like Team Valor that they got absolutely demolished here.
Yeah, that I have to agree. I mean, like you said, that mid control probably only came in from them only when we saw these, thrifty rounds, I think. Sorry, the pistol rounds. That was the moment when Esquiva pushed up towards mid and he had we just saw that in the highlight. We just go by a few rounds ago. But Valor, they threw so much, instability into this entire map. Like, Buster, he played into the Vines one round and then he never played there again. And that, it just shows every single round they do something different. They do something weird. They do something that the opponent team cannot take. They do something that the opponents never see coming. Valor are just so good. Who the hell says that, with age only comes wisdom? You can say that with age comes not just wisdom.
Precision.
Yeah, there's precision, there's experience, there's a lot more map awareness, pretty much everything that you would want. And who the hell needs reflexes if you just know how to play map?
Yeah.
I mean, reflexes, yeah, for 180 shots to hit the nuttiest one, yeah, but that's only going to get you a momentous a sense of happiness or a victory. But when you win a map like this aggressive, 13 to 3, you've got your teammates completely decimating everything that the opponent does. You got your comms right, you've got every single call that goes in your favor, and you have a team that along with you on your side is just going to I'm not even going to say compete at the highest level. I'm just going to say have fun, because Valor not even once did they look like they were being made to work literally for it. They were just going with the flow of it. They knew what they were doing. They had fun. and they completely were in control of what was happening. Map control, awareness, where exactly they need to be in terms of flanks, where they need to take control of in terms of mid, how they need to push up towards A, where they need to place Buster, where they need to place pixels. Everything was just amazing. And Valor, they honestly deserve this win. And we're going to be seeing Aggressive on the other side now, which is going to be Bind now, which that is their pick. And that is exactly where
Yep.
they beat Global on. So this is a map where you definitely cannot take Valor lightly, or even hardly for that matter. You cannot take them even seriously because they are above serious. They are a team which considers Bind as their holy grail. And we're going to see if they're going to win this one or not. Or are Cohesion going to throw us a surprising bone and, take this one home? You never know. We're going to see it in just a few minutes after me and Aggressive catch a Red Bull, which you should too as well once the QR code pops in, as we just need to contemplate what just happened and what's going to happen.
Yeah, that is for sure. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We told you that it was going to be a short break, and here we are back with the LGL Trivia TC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by W Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. And hey, it was an intense matchup for sure, right at the very beginning stages. But at the same time, it was going to be the side of Team Valor being able to take it all away. Let's head on down over onto map number 2, as we do head on over towards the map video screen to see exactly where you're headed. And just as Universe stated before, it is going to be the map of Bind here. And when you consider the map of Bind, Team Valor, they're going to be the home turn favorites here.
Yeah, they definitely are the home team favorites, and they are going to be looking to pick up Bind pretty much as easily as they did the map of Ascent. I told you, Aggressive, if Valor pick up map number 1, which is Ascent, which I'm pretty sure that even you knew that, Ascent was going to be a little, although it was a little bit of a ball game that I think both of the teams could have played. I think the ball was more in the court of Valor, clearly, as you can see from the scoreline. And they started off with a 9-0 lead, right? And it went to 9-3 and then 13-3. They didn't give a second. So the cursed scoreline never really fruition for the side of Cohesion, which I think they could have probably done something about, but it's okay. Now they've got another map to play, and probably the last one if Valor have their say about it. Or are we going to see split is of question. But Bind right now, a map. No mid control this time. So that mid control that we talk about, Aggressive, on the map of Ascent, completely nullified. It is going to be 2 maps, which is pretty much, what we would say, dynamic, very dynamic maps, Split and Bind. More so Split, I would say. More so Bind than I would say Split because of teleporters. But yeah, we are going to see how exactly Cohesion are going to be finding up Cohesion are going to be finding Valor in this map, because they really need to find what exactly is the weakness of this side of Valor, which so far, honestly, I've not seen anything.
You know what my biggest weakness is, Universe? It's got to be a can of Red Bull. So you guys should also get your weaknesses. If you have one, make sure to scan that QR code that's down below right now. Get yourself a can of Red Bull, because we have a lot of different flavors as well. So pick it up, get yourself energized, because this match is going to be one for the books as well. And I'm very sure the teams, they're getting themselves energized as well with their own cans of Red Bull back at home, ladies and gentlemen. So the main thing that we can expect coming on down through on the map of Bind is Pixels actually picking up that Viper. So we don't need to speculate for long, because let's head on down over towards the agent selection screen and see exactly what the teams are now picking up here, Universe, because I'm really excited to see the Viper from the side of Pixels once again, because this guy is just an incredible game when it comes down to his Viper plays. But at the same time, like Sarah, we could be the one to take him down.
Yeah, it is pretty much that Viper pick that looks like is a staple now on Bind for every single team. Like Zera and Pixels have gone for it, and Clouda and Bullet are going to be marking their stamp on the old mean machine from the United States, Brimstone. And
What?
Hey, what?
Where did that come from?
Hey, he's an old mean machine, He's got the orbital strike, he's got a Molotov, a stim beacon that pretty much makes him fire like a machine, and smokes that come flying from the high sky above, which could be, from one of his teammates up in the sky in a jet plane or whatever. But yeah, that's for another day's talk. Right now, though, Cohesion look like they're ready. They've got Esquivar on the jet. They've got Kone this time playing the Sova again. Fired up, though. He's the one who's been having a as he's playing the Sage. And on the other side of things, it looks like they're going for a double. Oh, wait, there is no Sage, but oh, there is a Sage. Forgive me. Pasha San is going for the Sage. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I did not see that. Pasha San is going for the Sage, and pretty much the same lineup except for one difference. It's a Raze versus Jet duelist duel, which is going to be coming up in front of our screens today. in map number 2, Bind, which is going to be Precision versus Explosion, I would say.
Um, the thing is, I personally love the raise in comparison to the jet whenever we do consider the map of mine, because the raise just allows for a lot more potency in comparison to most. So moving on down the line, as the match is just about ready, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be hitting on down over to the game, and we can talk a little bit more about exactly what happened, like exactly why, sorry, I prefer the raise over the jet here. Personally, yes, with the jet, you have a lot more operator supremacy, but when you consider the raw utility and being able to use those boom bot to clear out multiple different corners, the raise just allows for much more of a diverse playstyle instead of the one-dimensional playstyle that is the jet. Yes, the jet can just immediately rush on down into a sideline, and she can just completely destroy the opposition team. But if the opponent team is very, 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 let's say, experienced, the race just adds a lot more flavor, because with that one grenade, you can completely shut down multiple different players without really having to do a lot of work yourself and not even having to expose yourself into a dangerous situation. So SKWow, he loves to live on the edge, but the fact that he's living on the edge a little bit too much, will it cost him this entire match? Will be the real question.
Well, we're going to have to find out if he is going to be living on the edge or is he going to be dead on the edge. Whatever it is, it's going to be decided at the end of this map. Right now, though, we have got a small little tech pause from the side of VALOR. They're trying to fix a little bit of a internet issue, I believe. But what I do want to point out is that there is a difference in the duelists, yes, for sure. But the thing about VALOR is that, you know, I love this race play that they have. We've seen him play a bit before, because Buster honestly is an absolute buster when he plays that race, and I mean it literally, because he busts open people with his grenade, with the showstopper, and whatever it is. But yeah, Cohesion, they need to be a little wary about how exactly VALOR are going to be attacking this map, because this is their map and their attack side and defense side both are just as good. Defense may be more so, given that Bind is a little bit of a defense favored side of map, but their attack just as good. And we can see that there are classics across the board, just one weapon difference in both the sides, and Pixels has that Ghost, while there is a Frenzy in the hands of SKWow. If at all he uses that Frenzy in a bait setup towards Hookah, which is pretty common, pretty expected, but pretty common as well. So we're going to have to see how exactly Cohesion are going to be warming up to the side of VALOR. But I have a question for you, Aggressive. How do you think the first half is going to pan out? What might be, you know, the potential scoreline that we can see?
When you think about the score lines here on this map in particular, I would honestly say it's going to be a 13-5 win for the side of Team VALOR. Primarily because I know for a fact that Team VALOR as a team, they are an absolute dominant force on this map in particular, and they can pull off plays that will just throw you through a loop. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to take them down that simply, especially because they have a raise on their side. And when Buster is playing that raise, you know for a fact that he goes in for much more methodical plays instead of very flashy plays. Remember what you were saying previously, that age really doesn't matter when you're playing a game like this. Yes, it does matter if you want to go in for incredible multi 180 shots, but it's always not the case. Sometimes the experience is what really helps the most. And what experience are we exactly talking about? It's about having discipline. Yes, a couple of the 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, you may have the best cracked out aim in the entire world, being able to take down SK Rossi even. But if you don't have the discipline that he has, it's not really going to be working out in your favor. And this is the level of experience that the side of Team VALOR have in comparison to Cohesion. They know what to expect. They know when to play slow. They know when to play fast. And they don't really fidget around. Fidgeting is one of the main problems that I see that a lot of these underdog teams have. They get a little bit too movie, or I don't know, what's another term for fidgety? They get a little bit too impatient. Yeah, that's a better word. They get a little bit too impatient in one specific position, causing them to move around a little bit too much, causing them to second guess themselves. And in this moment is what the experienced teams actually wait for. As soon as you second guess yourself, as soon as you don't really try to be the best that you can be in that one specific position, it just ends you right then and there. So I'm really hoping that Team Cohesion, they're able to calm those nerves and finally take the side of Team VALOR by the horns and then throw them out of the window. because they can do it. They have the firepower, they have the potency, and they have the potential as well. But it's just not enough, not just yet. If they're able to play it slowly, if they're able to play it smartly here, I think that they can do it, but it's going to be really hard, that's for sure.
That is for sure. There is a little bit of a uncertainty that might come in with the playing of cohesion right now, which Valor I think they need to consider, because I'm pretty sure that they're going to be trying to change up their game plan a little. I really hope that they will, because if they're going to be sticking to what Valor would have probably seen them doing on Bind previously on any other map, watching their wards or whatever it is, Valor have probably got them by every single means and whatever not there is that cohesion can throw at them. But if they're going to be changing it up, they're going to go aggressive, give a little bit of a taste of that fiery medicine that they have, just throw in some bullets, go deep into enemy lines and get those kills and then dash back. That's possible by SK Wow. Then it is going to be a little bit of a some problem that Valor will have to face. And I think I love how Bind is played around with the dual controller setup, but the only thing that I think I appreciate the most when there's a jet in Bind is that you need to have a flasher, because
Yeah,
that
that's sweet.
yeah, and that I think I've seen only by one team till now, and that is Global Esports. They are the ones who have that breach thrown into the mix. Hellranger and SK Rossi create that beautiful dynamic duo who just absolutely rummage around the entire map. He has flashes set up for him, and he just dashes through, gets the kill, smokes it down, comes right back. And that's exactly what they do. I would love to see, a breach meta come out from these teams as well, who, are not comfortable with that agent just yet, because it requires a lot of coordination, a lot more than what they already have. And Global Esports, they've been trying to establish that, and they've done that pretty well. And, I think they're the only team which is good enough to take breach in any side. But right now, forget about Global Esports. We got two teams in front of us. One who did beat Global Esports and one who would want to beat the team who beat Global Esports. Valor versus the side of Cohesion is up on our screens now, ladies and gentlemen, as the match has resumed. And we're going to be going into game just right now. And the one thing that we are going to be seeing is the fact that the game has started, and there is a fast push coming into the side of Valor, and it's towards A. Aggressive, it looks like it's going to be dangerous for Cohesion to handle this unless Cloud has something to say about it.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, there's not really much that they could have done. But at the same time, look at the rush coming on down from the back end. SK, wow, he's gonna try to be the smoke criminal this time around. Exactly what the players are gonna be. Takes out Pasha.
One enemy
Yo, bro,
remaining.
so you wanted to give Bullet a hug right there? What the hell was that?
Yeah.
Scary moment. I think that Pasha just had a heart attack. And then Bullet is like, oh, come my brother, give me a hug over here.
Yeah, and I just saw him say that in the chat as well. He just said that he got scared.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
SK Wow
beautiful
just
moment.
gave him a little, like, honestly, I tell you this over and over again, universe. Valorant is a horror game. That is literally the truth.
It's a horror game. I mean, I don't know if Riot would agree to that. If you would call it a horror game.
I think everyone
maybe.
in chat will agree to me as what this game is actually.
Maybe, but yeah, horror game. I would agree to you. I think maybe here and there, a little bit. But what we have to consider is that there is a little bit of uncertainty with the side of how Valor are playing. Now, they just threw that into the mix straight up. They ran in so fast. They had, this different kind of, flair to them that has come out in Bind. But I do want to ask you this, Aggressive. Speaking about how Valor functions as a team, we've seen that they've got this very strategic, synergy kind of, difference over here. And they know how to play as a team. They know how to function as a team. They know how to do things differently. And now that we've seen them defeat Cohesion 13-3, and this map, no wonder how it's going to go. Do you think that they are on the levels of, what we would see Godlike and Force 1 to come up with?
I don't think they have gotten to those levels just yet, but they're very close. Like, you know, when you're like inches away from leveling up, you need that 100 or 50 extra experience points to get to that next level. I believe that Team Valor, they're right on the break. They just need to iron out a couple of the things here and there, and they should be able to break themselves into that tier 1 position in a matter of seconds because they have the team play, they have the coordination, they have the aim, and most of all, they have the discipline. That's the primary thing that separates a tier 1 team from a tier 2 team. It's not the aim, it's not the strategy, it's the level of discipline you have that you can showcase across the entire game, and also the consistency and the stamina. They have all of that. They just need to work out the kinks and iron themselves a little bit more to give them that edge that they need to break themselves into that. But Team Valor, they're very close. They can easily get up there in a matter of seconds if they're able to put in the effort and if they're able to go one step further beyond to break through their limits. And after you do break through your limits, honestly, I believe that this team, they have the potential to even go up even higher, taking the top 3 spot for themselves in a matter of seconds. But it's a big if. And now with the match timer going on back down once again, they need to first take down their opposition right here and right now on the server, being Cohesion. Yes, they won at the first round, but this is very crucial. You never ever want to underestimate your opponents, because as soon as you underestimate them, that's when you die out. But oh my god, Hunter. Massive big break shot dart.
Oh my god, Valor, they got this side pretty easily. I mean, there was an eco from the side of Cohesion, so you would expect that. Cone, poor guy, sitting all alone towards this A-long position, coming into Shaz. He might just find one kill over here. That might be Pixels. He could catch him off guard.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, will he though? Yes, he will. Pixels, he got a 3k, but he's not gonna get more because Cone took him down. And the recon, which Buster has no care in the world about, as he finds him, takes him down, and picks up that beautiful Prime Spectre.
Yeah, you know that like Prime Spectres give you like 10% extra headshot percentages. Anything Prime
Really?
is an extra 10% headshot.
Really?
Yeah, Valorant's a pay-to-win game. You didn't know about that? That's why you need to buy them skins, bro.
Is that true? I might have to defer with Riot Games and ask them what exactly is their game plan. What if they have secret weapons, skins that give 25, maybe 30% like the Prime, maybe more.
Yeah, for me personally, like the best headshot percentage that I ever have is actually with the Singularity Sheriff. Like my headshot percentage with the Sheriff goes up from maybe like a 30% all the way up to a 60-75% just by picking up a Singularity Sheriff. It's a really good, really good skin, man. Like you get that feeling of tame what anyone has.
Interesting. And I'll let that be. I'll go ahead and give you that one. Right now, it's a very stalemate affair over here. 5v5 still on the cards as Clouda. He's holding down an angle which is going to be pretty much going to be contested heavily in the next few seconds. The wall towards Hookah has gone down. Buster's waiting on the other side of it. Pixel's clearing out as many angles as he can while firing those bullets through the wall. Nike Zera's looking at him firing those bullets. And here comes the smokes from high above the sky. The recon. Oh, that was perfect, but Nike Zera expected it. And Clouda's taken down bullet. And there, Clouda, he finds another one. Fired up an escape out Shaman as well. And just like that, the round's done and dusted. Leaving Pixels alone. Committed his ultimate. I don't know why. But he could have. I don't know why he committed that ultimate. He could have saved it.
I think that he committed that ultimate when there were still 3 people remaining, and then suddenly everyone died, and Pixels were like, "Bro, come on, bro. You can't just leave me out here like this." Suddenly, he spotted out Nike Zera, gave him a little bit of a kiss on the cheek, and then just got killed by himself. I guess love is hard sometimes. It can be, but for this round in particular, it's going to be another win coming on. It's going to be the first win, coming on down through towards the side of Team Cohesion. And finally, now that they have the momentum back on their side at the bare minimum here, things could just be looking up, but at the same time, things could just end up horribly as well if they don't play their cards properly. That's a lot of utility being dumped now. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Buster getting that first initial kill down onto a very unsuspecting Clouda. Clouda's like, what the hell is Buster doing in here? Considering all of the utility being dumped.
There's a lot of utility being dumped around, and then Molotov's going to stop Cohesion from coming any closer. Pixel's going to be sticking the plant as the side of Cohesion have been thrown into a mix. It's a 4v5 retake where Valor have regressed their situation, they've regressed their control, and it is the side of Cohesion who need to come into this A side now and find something for themselves. There is a lot of bullets being sprayed across every single angle. It looks like SK Wow is gonna find something towards hook up the UL position, and it's gonna be a kill. It's not gonna be his dead. Bullet finds one, fired up gets another, and Cohesion are making this work. Bullet and Pasha Sahil pull it back. 1v1. SK Wow, what? Oh my word, Pasha Sahil. He's gonna be kicking himself for that. He got him down to 15 HP, 135 tag, which is gonna hurt him just as much as it hurt SK Wow, but you know, maybe just a little less, I feel.
Yeah, I believe that him not being able to get that headshot with that classic knife like just ended everything there. Very close round, I would say, but at the same time, it is going to be the side of SK Wow and Cone being able to go in for those systematic plays and then systematically dismantle their opposition. Because think of how smartly they actually got that kill. Cone swung the corner over towards the angle of Hookah as SK Wow was trying to clear their right-hand side corner, and that was so crucial because otherwise Buster would have gotten traded immediately. And though that trade was absolutely impossible because they expected Pixels to go for that swing. Another really good chalk dart coming on down through from the side of Hunter though, but this one chalk dart is not all that they need here. Bullet! Not gonna be able to find that headshot, and SK Wow and Cone, once again, the dynamic duo trying to go in for the kills and trying to go in for the plays. SK Wow gets another one on towards the side of Bullets, and now Pixels, all is lonesome, trying to hold on to this lure. Where can he go? What can he do? He can just take a TP and then just lie down flat as he kills fired up in the process. Good round. Good kill. Hey, it works out.
Cohesion have pulled back things into their favor, and I love it. I honestly love seeing it. They are throwing Valor into a mix in their own home map and early on as well. So I love seeing that. A fight looks like it is going to be going down in the ring over here, aggressive, and it is going to be a very interesting and intense one. We've got another buy coming in from Valor now, as Cohesion have taken the lead, pretty much for the first time, I would believe. And now they have Valor trying to get into A again. Buster is going to eat a little bit of that poison, but not too much. They got the operator around the region. Pixels, and it's going to be working over there. SK actually finds a kill. Second one, no. Bullet's going to get him. And here comes the revive as well. That's all they needed. Bullet's going to find another. Nixera, no. You know you've got two players, maybe three around that region. You do not peek there all alone, my friend. Pixels, he needs to check every single corner, and he will, I feel, and he will get the kill. He's done just about enough. Buster gets a little ambitious and gives up his life to fire it up, but that's still okay. 4v2, I feel like it's a pretty much easy done and dusted round for the side of Valor, as Bullet's gonna get his third, Pixel gets his second, and Valor have just about shown the Cohesion what they will do if they tug on the bull's horns.
Yeah. See, Valor, they had a pretty rough start trying to figure out what exactly Cohesion were planning when it came down to the environs, but now that they have stapled it, and now that they understand that they want to try and play it a little bit too over-aggressively, you really don't want to try and anger the bull, because as soon as you show him that red coloring, he's going to pounce on you and he's going to tear you down limb from limb before you can even run away. And that's exactly what happened here. The first initial guy went in for that swing. Yes, he did get taken out, but the trade from the side of Bullet, absolutely crispy.
Is
that guy was able to find it. And what?
Is that why he's called Bullet?
Okay, universe. We need we need a petition to make sure that this guy doesn't drink a lot of Red Bull, because I think that he has overdosed himself on Red Bull, and this is why sometimes scanning the QR code is a really good thing, and you guys should do it as well. But don't overdrink it like this guy.
Hey, come on. It was a good one, okay? He's called Bullet, but right now they're taking a lot of bullets over here, the side of Valor. Bullet's not gonna be able to connect his though, as the side of Cohesion have hit back immediately, and it's just a blow for blow situation now over here, aggressive. It's like one round goes to Cohesion, one goes back to the side of Valor, but Cohesion are somehow on the upper hand now as they take the lead back again in their favor.
Yeah, I don't understand this at all, my man. the way this is happening, the way that they're trying to go in for these plays, the way that they're taking a lot of these engagements, it's breaking my brain now. I thought that this round is going to be going in the favor of the side. But then it was SQL pulling out his operator and just absolutely tearing them down limb from limb. You take the bull and then you put it in an oven and you roast it very slowly and very surely with an operator barrel right pointing right towards them. That's exactly what happened here. And it is going to be SQL trying to go in for another swing of his own. Nearly gets that kill down on towards the side of Buster, just missing him by a couple of bare centimeters. But it's fine. They get some information, and SQL is still alive.
Stim beacon here.
Okay, show us what you got. Bullet. Pasha Sahel, they're running into what's there. They got the A side in the control again. And they're going for an aggressive operative strike in a region which I am not quite sure why he just threw that down. He could have held it down for the post-plant position, given that the Viper Spit is also active, and combine that with the operative strike. It just causes so much havoc, but they wanted to go for it, and they went for it. And now they gotta face off 4 other ultimates on the other side. And here comes 1, 2 actually, but Pasha Sahel is actually gonna find 2 kills with his own. Kone's gonna find on return. There's a lot of gunfire. There's a lot of kills going back and forth. Trades coming in, but it's still Valor on top of things. They look like they won the 4th round. They're not gonna let Cohesion run away with this. Right across on the other side of this Viper Spit wall is gonna be Pixels to come and pick up 2. And Nike Zera, he knows better. He wants to run away and save what he's got.
Yeah, Nike Zera is gonna run towards the other side of the map. He's gonna take a chill pill and he's just gonna wait out his turn. So, what exactly happened in that round? I'll try to break it down for you guys back at home. First of all, it was a really beautiful ultimate play coming on down through from the side of Pixels. Pixels used that ult only to try and get back off. A little bit of a questionable ultimate from the side of Bullet. I didn't really know what he was planning to do right there, but I guess it's fine. Like, I understand you wanted to use that ultimate to maybe go in for a kill, but you could have used that ult a little bit better when it came down to the post-run position. As soon as Pasha got a little bit of information of where exactly the players are going to be holding, then you could have used your ult and gotten a lot more kills. It could have been a lot more cleaner, but it was really smart to say the very least, considering Pasha's positioning. His positioning every single time is just so good that he's able to get consistent double kills every single time. And I believe that Pasha is one of the main reasons why, besides Team VALOR, are able to perform so beautifully here. And if this is the performance that we're expecting from them moving on down the line, I really don't know how Team Cohesion are planning to try and take out this level of opposition. Because now, look at all the members of Team VALOR. They're slowly but surely inching their way forward on towards the B main side. Bullet, you just did not do that one.
Unfortunate, but they're expecting this, I believe, Cohesion. And they're waiting for it. The wall goes up pretty late to hold on to the wall. There it is. A grenade goes in to get fired up away, but he's not going to go away. And the reload is going to give up his life. Pasha Sahel is going to revive his teammates so he can get this into a man advantageous position. Valor still in control, still busting heads as a 4v2 has come into position. Clouda still not discovered, and that's going to cost a bit of time for the side of Valor. And they're trying to get his kill, and they needed him desperately. 5 HP, finally goes down, dealt with 3v1 Nike Zera. What can you do?
Yeah, I think that Clouda should have just chilled. He could have backed off almost immediately. There was a lot of utility being thrown on down towards him. He could run away and maybe went in for the situation on a 2 versus 3, but now full Nike Zera stuck down in a 1 versus 3 situation. He doesn't know where they are. He has no utility, no snake bites whatsoever to try and make this play happen. What? What?
I don't know. Okay,
Wait,
Nike Zera.
okay.
Playtime now from the other side of things, but Pixels,
Both
he's not gonna play around.
Like, dude, both of these Vipers are just cracked out of their minds. What are these shots?
I have no idea, but that first one was okay. Like, I don't know how he got that, but fair enough. I give Nike Zera the benefit of the doubt. And the second one was absolutely beautiful. Bullet did not have any sort of reflexes to face off against Nike Zera, but the last one, Pixels, was just as good on the opposition, returning in the favor. And now Valor have the lead, and they've also put the side of SKWow and his team on an eco over here, aggressive. And this could be for them to take home at least to maybe 7-4 and get that lead in their favor, at least in this half, 7-5 half, or even 8-4. We're gonna have to wait and see. For right now, Buster running in. He knows where one player is. He knows that U-Haul's been completely cleared up. As SK was actually found a kill with buy that he's made with the Spectre. Hunter's gonna take down Cone though. The spike will be planted as soon as possible. As fired up on the backstab. Might just catch one kill or somebody off guard. Hunter. Oh my god. Okay. Blows head right off.
Speaking of heads getting popped off, Nightzara just slaps Buster in the forehead with a good shot from that Sheriff. But it's just not going to be enough. Nightzara clears out the corner, gets caught out towards the back end. 4-6 on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a sad story, but at the same time, it's kind of expected. It's an equal round, and it's a pretty decent equal round, I would say. And it's not going to hurt as much in the long run. You still have 2 more rounds to go to try and make it even Stevens to start off on a clean slate before heading on down over on towards the next round. So let's see what we can expect. How will they play their cards? How will they actually go in for this fight? Let's just wait and see, because Team Valor, I believe that now they're going to switch up their strategies, going down over towards that B side. Or are they actually going to be opting to go in for that same rush all over again? Because SK Wow, I think that he's looking to go in for this fight and take down a couple of players for himself. Oh!
SK Wow spotted out. He's gonna fire a bullet onto that drone, but here comes the Hunter's Fury. A lot of damage. Look at that beautiful combination. What a play by Valor. And it doesn't even matter where he looks. Buster in the air, picks out one, gets a second as well. And he's done just about enough to get another grenade, which will cause a little more damage to Nightzara. And bullets being sprayed across that wall. Valor. What is this aggression? What is this control? I absolutely love it. And Buster's popped out the showstopper now. He wants more kills. He's gonna get it. He's gonna hit one in the back of his head with that judge though. As Clouda desperately looking for whatever he can find. He's inside that smoke bullet. And he might find a kill, and he will. Comes to the reload, unfortunately. And now he's back. And the kill not gonna come in his favor. Kone's gonna take him down with the shock dart. But that's okay, because guess what? Valor have already won this round.
Yeah, they don't really need to worry about anything. Such a beautiful execution coming on down through, ladies and gentlemen, from the side of Team Valor. But at the same time, once again, I think you already saw what happened here, didn't you? SK Wow got a little bit too fidgety. He gave up long control when there was a slow being thrown. No one was watching long, and Firedove was holding it down from the angle of bottom. Yeah, that should not be happening, especially when you're going, especially when you are in the group stages for the side of Gauntlet. Like, that should just not have happened. Like, you wouldn't expect a play like that to occur at all. The terms of miscommunication happening here is costing them way too many rounds. Oh no! Oh yeah, he's dead. Oh, Buster actually gets a Hail Mary kill. He gets a Hail Mary kill out of absolutely nowhere.
What a guy. What a guy indeed. Cohesion.
Hey, Pixels.
Falling apart. They've got to revive, but I don't think he's going to be able to use it. Oh, that's going to hurt. 3v2. Excuse me. Pixels. I think as soon as the spike goes down, the air it is. The operative strike is coming from the Valor side though, because this is the last round. And here comes the revive as well, but it's not going to matter because Bullet's going to take down one, Hunter's going to take down the other, and it's going to be an 8-4 half for Valor, which I'm pretty sure that they are going to be cruising through and very happy with, honestly, because I think the first 8 rounds went a little haywire for them. They were down 3-2, then they were 4-5 down, and then they were 3-4 down. It was going back and forth, and then finally they got their groove. They set into the track, and then they cruised right through at the highest speed possible, and that's why they've not let Cohesion pull out a single round after that 4th one that they got. And now the scoreline, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, is 8-4, and Valor have all the advantage in terms of rounds. But things are now going back to the drawing board in terms of pistols, at least, because whoever wins this is definitely going to get the next 2.
That's for sure. Considering the amount of potency that we're seeing all across the map here, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to say at the very least, because they need to make this push happen, and they need to do this consistently. SKMO does get a little bit of a body block because of that occurring towards him because of the owl drone. But still, Bullet gets away with his own life, because that frenzy could have easily just popped his head and beat off his shoulder if he's not careful. And I like this. Team Valor, they're playing it a lot more slower. They're playing it a lot more systematically, not really risking this play to happen. But Bullet, he is literally playing with fire here. He's not careful. He could just get taken down by a couple of players. But with this, they need to make this push happen. The time is ticking, and there's not really a lot of time. Boss Hunter's gonna be the first one to go in for that kill. And with this first initial push already going on down through, here comes the slow orbs as well from the side of the attackers. They're gonna be able to find out one, maybe.
Player standing.
What just happened?
I have no idea, but Valor literally threw a Hail Mary onto the... Okay, Clouda. I mean, that okay, one more, but Valor threw a Hail Mary and Cohesion couldn't handle it. They literally felt it on their face right up and just completely obliterated. And it was a beautiful, beautiful round.
Right.
Clouda, he couldn't do anything standing in that corner. 2 kills was all he was gonna get, just, you know, jiggling around, getting whatever he could. But Valor got the round, and that's all they care about. And now, a force buy, aggressive. Have a look at this. There's a force buy coming in from the side of Cohesion because they got the plant. And now this is gonna turn things a little more spicier.
Yeah, going in for force buys when you're on the attacking side is actually a pretty good thing, because if you get the plan down, you still will have enough money to go in for those proper buys yourself. But the one-way smoke is going to be good from the side of Bullet, but I think Bullet overstayed his welcome. And he paid the ultimate price for it with soul. Oh, that actually hits. Nice.
A little bit, it did. I thought
tickles
that...
It gives him a little bit
tickles.
of tickle.
A small little giggle from a tickle. That is not gonna be a little... That's not gonna be too much of a problem, but Valor, they're losing players, and they're losing players on that one. Pixis is gonna hit back, Hunter's gonna get back, and finally they're responding.
remaining.
Hunter's gonna get another, and Valor now back in control. Clouda, backstab again, gets 1 kill. Second one, not gonna happen. Another diffuse coming in, and another round for Valor. As they put up double digits on the board, and we're getting closer to that scoreline that is pretty much similar to what happened on the last time, Grace. Just that Cohesion have got 1 more round than the last map.
Yeah, this is what's gonna happen here, or could it be a miracle being pulled from the side of Team Cohesion here? I don't really know anymore, Universe, because I feel as though all the terms of the miracles that they could have really gone for, they had their chances, but they were just not able to get it. And once again, the level of discipline, the lack of discipline, sorry, it's just causing them to lose out on so many of their engagements that I don't really know what to say here. Maybe they could just pull off an impossible. Maybe they could just take down the juggernaut known as Team VALOR and go in for a possible comeback, but it's going to be really difficult to say the very least. Because 4 and 10 on the scorecards already. It's just not looking up. Buster gets another kill down onto an unsuspecting cone. And I think that we can say this is pretty much done and dusted. What else can you do here? Losing out on cone this early, it's pretty much a death wish here.
1 enemy remaining.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a problem for Valor anymore, because here's another round. And there's 1 more nail in the coffin. Aggressive, and that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt bad, because as a result of that 4th round, they lost it, and now they've got weapons that I don't think and now that they've got rounds that I don't think they could afford to lose. They've given it away, and Valor, they're gonna be taking it with open arms. And now that they're 11-4 up, even if they lose this round, which is still a bonus for them, they're gonna be a-okay with it, because they want to take those fights. They want to get up and close and personal, and Buster might be looking to do that himself. He throws in the boom bot to try and clear out that right side corner, as he's throwing a grenade towards the left. Clouda holding down that angle, sees Buster, and he's probably gonna call it out to his teammate that he's pushing up, but I don't think they have an idea. Oh, he's looking at the angle though. There it is.
Oi.
Fired up. He finds him, and now it is the side of Valor, who've lost a player pretty early on. Cohesion have the advantage though, and they even have a revive available as well if needed, if they lose out a couple of players. And it looks like they're not going to be hesitating to use it, because they know they need the rounds, they need the players, and they need everything that they can. Going back towards A now. Cohesion 5v4, essentially right now 5v2 on this A side. Let's see what's going to happen.
It's just about cleanup right now. Are they going to be able to clean everything up and take this round away? Because if they do get this round from the side of Team VALOR here, ladies and gentlemen, it's just easy match point for their end. No more buys available for the side of Team Cohesion. No more nothing. And that is not going to be a tickle anymore. That's going to hurt a lot. Pixis Pixels,
No
you
way.
absolute madman, takes out 2 players, absolutely beautiful from this guy. And with that, Hunter's gonna be able to take another one. Hunter gets a second, airy straight to the forehead, and shots just absolute galore. Pixels with a third kill, just tearing through the entire server. TP's coming in left, shots are gonna be going in right. 4 and 12 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen, and a round of applause for the side of Team Valor, because one more round is all that they need. Match point is now on the board as well for their end.
Match point.
And with this, ladies and gentlemen, do you think we should call it Universe? Because considering the buys, yeah, they have Vandals and Phantoms, but still it's only half armor, and you do not want to play on half armor against the Viper, because this is where the Viper's toxins are gonna hit you the hardest. 30 HP gone from only 25 armor. Yeah, you're pretty much in the 2-shot territory.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely true. And there is one thing I do want to point out over here, though. We have one guy on the server who's got 19 assists, aggressive.
What?
Yeah, we've got Bullet with 19 assists. And as much as I want to see Valor, go ahead and help him out more, Cohesion are giving up a little bit of a tough time to them as well. 4v5 right now. Cohesion. They have a good amount of control, and they're going to be taking up the ace side. We're going to talk about the assists later, which Bullet's going to give. But right now, he might want to give a 2 or 3 to the remaining 2 of his players left alive. Valor have good amounts of experience to pull this round out. Buster gonna get one. He's gonna be able to pull down the man advantage. Hunter goes down. SK Wow takes down Buster as well. That's fired up. Bullet gets 2 kills. What? Bullet! No way you're doing this, Bullet. A 1v5 clutch essentially if he pulls this one out. There's a lot of time for him to work around with. He can play this. He can do a good job. They picked up the spike. They've run away. And now Bullet left with very little HP.
I don't think so.
30 seconds left.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, if Bullet got that kill down onto 9-0 on towards the angle of elbow, I think that he would have crushed this.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh, that's just insult to injury, man. That's just insult to injury. Don't do the man like that. Come on.
A little unfortunate, but I'm gonna let them have it. They're gonna have another round to survive. But oh yeah, going back to the assists. Aggressive.
Yeah, Spam Assassin.
Now I did it. Okay, now I did it. Alright, that's a little bit of a pull. Hey, I did cast with Assassin earlier in the afternoon, okay? It's a tongue slip.
Okay, no,
I
I'm
don't know.
Assassin.
So though I just checked, and the world record for the number of assists in a single match is 21. We could have
Wait,
Bullet
are you
break
serious?
that. Yes, we could have Bullet break that right now.
Get out of my way.
Okay, Bullet. Like I'm pretty sure that I think that we should tell Bullet that, or we should not tell him as well, because I feel as the Team Valor they're gonna start losing in a couple of rounds to try and get that record number for themselves. Maybe they could just pull it off. And hey, if they get the record on a Brimstone, that's gonna be even better. Consider something. Normally it's the Sage who gets a lot of assists, but now it is actually an old dog named Brimstone. But SK Wow, he's gonna be the one to be the sneaky one. Look at Buster and SK Wow. They don't know where each other are. But still, this is gonna be absolutely crucial. Buster can easily go in for this swing. But he knows for a fact he doesn't need to. He needs to try and just hold on to his position. And it's gonna be fast push coming on down to from the side of Team Cohesion on towards this A side. A lot of the positioning being held from the side of Team Valor are being held very, very, very defensively. They know for a fact that they don't need to do much here. If they just play their cards properly and they just play it very slowly, they win everything out. And with that, this is going to be the execution. This is going to be the play. And look at SK Wow. He's just full sending himself forward.
SK Wow, he's going up high, he's going up low, he's getting kills everywhere. He loses all of his knives, but it doesn't even matter. He's got his Spectre, picks up an Operator, eats a little bit of a damage from that Hunter's Fury, misses a shot, going for more. He wants the kill, he's gonna get
Give him the ace,
Now
give
he
him the
wants
ace.
the ace.
Give it to
Give him the ace, yeah, indeed.
Buster,
But
just
Buster's too
walk
far
into
away.
his crosshair. Just walk into his crosshair. Just do it, man. Be a good sport.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to give it away. A little bit of, I mean, as much as sportsmanship counts, there's a little bit of honor comes into these matches, right? And the Buster, there it is. Cohen takes him down, perfect shot that. Expected him in the smoke. And yeah, there it is. It is very, very interesting match over here. Where it is a little bit of a, you know, interesting match in terms of how exactly Cohesion are slowly picking up the pace only at the time where it's pretty much literally do or die for them. It's desperate. Now they've thrown VALOR into an eco. But how long are VALOR going to be keeping down the gun? Because they just need one more round aggressive.
Yeah, one more round to try and maybe close everything out here. Will they be able to do it though? It's going to be the real question because I believe that now that the side of Team Cohesion, they have tasted victory, I think they still are going to be going in for it over and over again. But hey, I don't want to change it just yet because this eco round could just be the win that this could just be a winning eco round, a game-winning eco round if they do play their cards properly because we can't really know what to expect here. We don't really know how the teams are going to be performing against one another on this particular round. Pasha wants to go in for a couple of pop shots with that dose. He's just not going to be able to find it. And hey, Hunter, the sheriff sometimes is literally the worst gun in the game, so don't worry, my man. It happens.
Most certainly, 145 does not hit as much, and yeah, it's pretty much done and dusted for VALOR. But I do wanna, I just wanna reiterate my point. I checked up again, and what I saw was apparently the old record. The old record was 21 assists, but I just saw the new record aggressive was in a public ranked match, and it was just random. It was just overtime upon overtime upon overtime, and apparently it was 48 assists in a single game.
Yeah, I don't think that Bullet's gonna reach that. It's not just gonna happen.
48 assists. Who? What?
He's the best support player in the entire world. Someone.
I think if you add up 18 and 19, you still won't get 48.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
Would you? Would you get 40? No, you have 47. You have 47 if you add up his 18 and 19. You won't even get that many assists. But hey, it's probably another day to break records. But right now, Team VALOR, they need to break down Team Cohesion. They need to break them down. They need to break them down bad if they want to end this game on a happy note, on a good note. At least on a 12-8 scoreline. Oh, Pasha, good position. So sees a lot of bullets break down his wall, but he's somehow still surviving up on top of this. And he has a good positioning. He just needs his teammate to do a little bit of a peeking job for him, which is Hunter, who will be doing it. Buster survives just by the skin of his teeth over there. And here comes Hunter's Fury. Pasha actually finds a kill, fired up to take down Buster, and as he gets down, somehow Pasha survives, throws in and slow up towards the B-long position. Hunter's trying to get away. Hunter, you need to be careful, my friend. The revive comes in, and Kohan, he's gonna find one. Though Pasha, I don't know what he was thinking.
Do it!
Now that goes in, but he's just gonna find one as Hunter shuts them all down. And it is VALOR who have everything that they need to win the map. They do. Bind has gone into the hands of the team which picked it, and it is gone into the hands of the team who have won out this series. VALOR, beautiful play by them. Both the maps, absolutely insane amount of skill showcased by both of these teams, and they've just done a brilliant job, honestly. Aggressive. I have, just utter respect for the effort that VALOR puts into winning their matches, the kind of lineups that they have, the kind of executes that they come up with. I mean, like, chef's kiss indeed, but I feel like this is a 7-star chef, not a 5-star, not even a 5-star.
I completely agree with you there. And speaking of something that have been cooked up, a production team have cooked up the match highlights, so let's head on that over onto that and see exactly what happened, not only just on this map in particular, but also the entire hierarchy of match number 1 and match number 2, because I don't know, match number 2 was a much more closer showing, I would say. Teams were a lot more evenly matched, and I believe that the discipline factor is what really separates both of these teams. When it comes down to strategy on the map of mine, I believe that both of them, they have almost similar strategies, and I would say that the side of Team Cohesion, they just lack a little bit more of that Viper finesse, I would say, the same as Pixels does. Pixels is a lot more experience on that Viper, and you can actually see it in the confidence that he was throwing out his lineups, the confidence that he was using on his ultimates. And Nightzera, he's that type of player that slowly but surely he's going to get it. Other than that, what was the primary difference? Strategy was the strategic plays were present, everything was done and dusted, the aim was there, but the discipline, yeah. Over rotations constantly. They were giving up angles a little bit too often. They were not really holding crossfires properly as you would expect them to hold, especially when you are going up against Team VALOR. And Team VALOR, I guess that they're just having a little bit too much fun, I would say, trying to go in for engagement that they really should not have gone for. But at the very end of it all, they were able to switch up their plans, they were able to switch up their strategies, and then finally be able to take down their opposition in the way that they really want to play at. And that's the thing. Team Valor, they know how to adapt, but for the side of Team Cohesion, it just takes them such a long time that they lose the ball way too early. And you just saw what happened. Yes, they were able to take it down to a 12-7 scoreline, but to go down even further beyond, they just didn't have the mental to do it.
Oh yeah, that is true. Cohesion. They honestly, in the first half at least, I was convinced that these guys could have probably, made a very big difference. They, maybe Bind could have gone in their hands, and we were all hoping for a map number 3, and it could have probably gone to that if at all Cohesion had, stepped up their game earlier, and just a few rounds earlier, I believe. If they had, done something, they probably could have had a little something going in their way. But unfortunately, they couldn't. Valor, they pull out the half 8-4. They give away 4 rounds, but then they pulled back 5 themselves. 13-8 is a scoreline that 13-7, sorry, is a scoreline that I think they're going to be pretty happy with, especially given the fact that the first map was 13-3. Just beautifully played by Valor, and this is a team, honestly, I would honestly say this is a team in contention for the title at this point, man. The amount of experience that they've grown with, the kind of plays that they make, their strategies, they are very good, and they're good enough to compete for this title just as much as anybody else is. Velocity, Global, Force One, Godlike, Valor, they're right above there. They're right there. If not at the very top, they are among the top for sure.
Yeah, this level of gameplay coming down from them, it's just an absolutely incredible one indeed. The way that they're able to show a lot of consistency in their plays, the way that they're able to just run down their opponents over and over again, switching up their strategies in the process, and just being able to adapt and play around each other beautifully. Because consider the amount of chaos that is ensuing all across the map here in Universe. You would expect a lot of the teams to be like very confused. They don't know what to expect here, but that's not the case. They were all playing it very beautifully. They all knew how to play around each other's utility. And that is one of the primary reasons why they were able to perform this well as well. And with the right at the very end, it was just those aggressive plays being made by Buster, and the way that he used his satchel, man. I kind of feel bad for SK Wall because he got thrown up by that satchel, and that guy just walked into the awaiting arms of Buster. There is nothing that he could have done about it to try and survive it. And those are the type of plays that you would expect here coming on down from them. And that is how that they were able to break it all down, take it all away, and take down their opposition in the process. But ladies and gentlemen, I would say that the side of Team Cohesion, they performed it really admirably. Map number 1, not as much because I expected a lot more coming on down from them. But map number 2, they performed really admirably. But to get a visual representation of the maps, let's head on down over onto the map video screen one more time and see what the score lines were actually. 13-3 and then 13-7. Do you have any more closing thoughts for map number 1 in particular? Because I think that Bind has been covered up pretty well.
I think Ascent was a map where Valor showed what they really are, what they can do. It's more about showing your domination and keeping things intact in terms of how you play as a team. You maintain your structure as much as you move around. It's like a spider's cobweb. You can pull, you can push, you can extend it as much as you want, but the structure of it is the same. It's the same kind of weaving, the beauty of spider's web. All the ways that it goes, it's just got a beautiful structure to it, and they maintain that, Valor, and they did that by giving themselves a little bit of exploration spaces as well. And honestly, they couldn't handle it. The side of Cohesion, they absolutely couldn't handle it. And 30-3 scoreline is a complete and utter direct answer of that, and that's just gonna affect them heavily, given that this is their 5th match aggressive, so they have 2 more left, and now they're in the deeper ends of the pool, and it's going to get difficult, because I think once we have a look at the group standings, we're going to have a better understanding of what exactly is happening between these 2 teams after this match.
And that is for sure. So let's head on down over onto that screen and see exactly which teams are causing a lot of the issues. And sadly, Team Cohesion, you're just not able to make that cut. And Team Valor, Universe, look at these guys. 4-0-8. They just shot up to that number 1 out of absolutely nowhere. And hey, they deserve it. If they're able to keep the consistency up and keep on that number 1 position, this is probably the new super team that we need to really look out for.
Yeah, we definitely need to look out for. Valor have been a consistent force of nature, a freak of nature, if you will. 4 wins, 0 losses, just absolute domination. They beat Global, they beat Cohesion, they beat the two before them as well, and they have come up on top. And now everybody needs to be afraid of what exactly this team can do. Because they've gone on top and they have 3 more matches in their hands, which they can completely cause havoc in. And I would just love to see what exactly is happening with them. Cohesion, though, they're still on that 5th spot. They've got 4 points, but they've had 4 losses as well.
Yeah.
So that's not looking pretty good, because anytime for FS, they need to win 2 more matches to go above Cohesion for sure, and so do Outset. But the thing is that they have matches in hand. FS have just played 3, and the side of Cohesion have played 5. So that's 2 matches of a head start that they have, which they can easily make up for, I believe, given that FS have had their own jumps and they've had their own, ducks. But I feel like this time they're looking to jump and they want to jump over Cohesion. Let's see if that's going to happen, though. But for now, Valor, sky high, deserve to be there, head up, held high, and they should be proud.
Yeah, that is for sure. Considering how Team Valor performed here, ladies and gentlemen, I think that they can pat themselves on the back, get themselves a can of Red Bull, just as you should as well, because the QR code is going to be showing up soon enough. Get all of the flavors and check out what we have set up for you down on there. But at the same time, with Team Valor celebrating, you can celebrate as well back at home by checking out all the links down below in the description. We got a lot of amazing deals set up for you from the side of W Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. Get yourself a processor, get yourself an SSD, make yourself speedy as possible, because hey, with more tournaments coming on down along the line, if you want us, me and Universe to cast you moving on down the line, get yourself suited up and ready, because your PC should not be holding you back from the amazing plays that you could be making moving on down the line, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, that's going to be all that we have for you for today. And it's going to be me, Aggressive, signing off with Universe down for today. And we're going to be back with you real soon with the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by W Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. Good night, sweet dreams, and happy gaming.